faithful all the time. I know today is the last Sunday, and while we're rounding up our team, Arise and Walk. Arise and Walk. So, I'm just going to be more or less rounding up and bringing out some point. The way he ministered to me today. And I said a lot of things I really want to say. The choir have actually ministered in this song, and it kind of assured me, when they sang that song, that yes, Lord, there is an answer, and there is no more delay. And that is Arise and Walk really means there's no more delay. There is an answer in Christ Jesus. So arise and walk, because He is your help. There's no shortcut. There's no other way. There's no other means. It's only Jesus. No other way. No other way. It's Jesus. And that's why I said they've done it all. And I know the Lord is ministering that in your heart, and you will take every word that the Lord has ministered. And whatever God has done here today is permanent, because whenever God shows up, a miracle is permanent. Some people will go to a miracle service and they will be checking. God's own is permanent. Always. He never return. And that is Christ, Jesus Christ will serve. Our theme this year, the word for this year really is called the Renew Hope, as we've seen in Job 14:7-9. And the part that always granted me is when he said, yet at the scent of water, it will bud and bring forth branches like a plant. As a scent and a smell. What happened with a smell? It just smells. People that wear perfume, I wear every perfume. You just smell it and you go. And the best perfume, probably 24 hours, and that's when you hang it on your clothes, you're smelling it. But at a scent of a water, scent is not even coming. The plant will bud and you grow as a tree. And that's renewed hope that God has given unto us this year. But we're looking at Arise and Walk, as we see in John chapter 5, and I'll read, I'm using New King James Version, and I'll read from 1 to 14. John 5, 1 to 14. And after this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went to the Jerusalem. Now, there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethsaida, having 5 porches. And this lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the move of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time in the pool and stirred up the water. Then whosoever stepped in first, after the stirring of the water, was made well of whatever disease he had. Now a certain man was there, who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there, and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be well? Do you want to be made well? The sick man answered to him, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, but while I'm coming, another step down before me. Jesus said to him, rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. And that day was the Sabbath, and the Jews therefore said to him, who was killed? Is it the Sabbath? Is it not lawful for you to carry your bed? He answered them, he who made me well said to me, take up your bed and walk. Then he asked him, who is the man who said to you, take up your bed and walk? But the one who had healed did not know who it was, for Jesus has withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, see, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest the worst things come upon you. Praise the Lord. And that's where we're looking today. And truly, Jesus is always intentional with our situation. Jesus is always intentional. And you wonder, why did Jesus go to this man? This passage tells us there's you can say 5 entrance to this pool. You can say, when I was looking for, it's like a small tent, on 5 area across the pool. And everybody has been to Jerusalem, you see the Wailing Wall. How the number of people that look forward to get to the Wailing Wall. If I get to a time, they will have to ask you to wait, and you'll be going in your numbers because of the amount of people. People will actually put their chair and they could be there for days sitting down there. Especially the Jews, they will actually put their chair and you see them in front, sitting down there praying. And it's always 24/7. People are always there. And the number of people that go to the Wailing Wall every day, and now you have to write your prayer points, and they say, I mean, the wall is there, but they've put a lot of barricade, so you have to stick your prayer to get to the wall. Definitely they have to be sweeping it, because otherwise, by now, it will have been a tip. And you see our people, our Niger people, they will bring a notebook. So because they cannot, there's no way a notebook will get there, so people will see them tearing the notebook little by little and rolling in and putting it inside. That's the Wailing Wall. The number of people, thousands, I'm sure millions of people goes there every year. But there's 5 porches, there's 5 gates, there's 5 entrances to this pool. And this guy has been there for 38 years. There's so many blind, lame, different form of illness in there. Why this man? That's why I say God is intentional. And the Bible recorded that Jesus knew this guy has been waiting there for that long. And he was there waiting. And sometimes it could be the situation. You look, what happened to him? Why is he alone? Why is there nobody with him? Let's assume he's the only child. The parents have tried. 38 years, we don't even know when the illness started. Even 38 years illness, you will be tired as a parent, you know. Maybe they've tried their best. They spent all the money they had. At the end of the day, they said, you know what? Let's just dump him by this pool. We know that there's an angel that's there, and one way or the other, he will get help. Maybe they've been there to help him there. Because of the number of people that will get in there, it's difficult for the parent to even actually help him to get there. Maybe he doesn't even have any money to pay anybody. If it's Nigeria, maybe if you bribe somebody. You remember back in the days when you go to embassy, maybe you guys that are born here, you won't experience this. But some of us that are not born here, you go to the embassy to get application in Nigeria. Some people will be there by probably 2, 3 a.m. So you pay them to be waiting for you so that you can get in the line. So I'm saying, there's nobody to bribe. There's no help. There's no way. There's no shortcut for him. And he's lame. And the way you think about it is that his muscle wasted. He has no energy. The quality of food, the quality of life, I don't even know how it says. Some people that might come from the north, I've been to the north maybe a couple of times, and they call them alumangiri, you know, they just hang there, and they're just waiting for somebody to give them food, especially young children. But when you go to where their parents are, it's a large crowd of people that when you get there to go and feed them, there's so many of them. Some of them are not properly clothed. They are dirty, the environment is dirty, it's messy, their clothes is tattered. You know, just imagine the state this man could be. Okay, maybe you're in England, you don't understand. Think of homeless people, you know, that have been on the street for a long time. You will know the homeless that are just there maybe 2, 3 weeks because they still have nice, you know, nice trainers. The bag will still be clean. But if you see those ones that have been there maybe for years, you will see some of them will even have a trolley. And you see the whole trolley will be packed of papers and all the rest of it, and they are sleeping bags. Imagine some of them. They are not clean. They are dirty. Even when you want to get closer, you don't want some of them. That is the kind, you can imagine the kind of situation that guy could be. But Jesus Christ walked up to him. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how dirty, smelly the situation could be, how long it has been. I mean, if it's the kind of 38 years illness, I mean, for people with cancers, different form, the kind of smell. I mean, if somebody have a cancer, you know, because of the kind of smell that comes through. Or if somebody have a leg ulcer, you know when you walk into the room, because of the kind of smell. But Jesus Christ did not bother about the state, about the mess, about the stink, whatever that this man comes with. It was intentional. He walked up to him, despite there's so many people that were ill on that day, and Jesus, at wave of his hand, could heal everybody in that place. Why this man? Jesus Christ went specifically to heal this man. And, you know, and it's interesting that whenever Jesus Christ shows up, if you see the whole history of this miracle, whenever he shows up, there's something happening. There's something always happening. And it takes me to the woman in John 4, the Samaritan woman. No, Jesus Christ was actually waiting for this woman. Jesus Christ knew that woman would come at the time. Because, you know, they got there together with all his disciples, and he has them to go to the town to go and buy food and buy things. And he waited for her. And the woman met Jesus Christ. The woman just came to draw water. But he got much more. That was sung, much more. She got much more. She got eternal life. She got the living water forever and ever. She got the spring. And today we're still talking about her. So wherever Jesus Christ is, there's always the miraculous. And Jesus Christ always show up at the time when you think this grace is about to come around the corner. Oh, it is finished. Oh, there's no other way. Oh, there's no short. If you truly, truly believe and wait on him, if you truly hold and hang on to him, he will always show up. It's the timing. How many of the time, when we're asking him, imagine somebody waiting for 38 years. God forbid that it will be our story. 38 years is a long time. What of the woman that was bent down? 28 years. The Bible actually gives a lot of history of waiting. But many of the time we don't want to wait. Things happen, we just want it now and then. But if we can only wait, because the beauty of things is that God knows the time. And many times when you wait, if you want to be honest, when everything comes through, you say, oh, thank God it happens now. If it had happened before, I wouldn't have appreciated it. If I said, I wouldn't have given God the glory. Up to today, I still thank God for my job, because if it happened last year, when I had all those, I prepared. So if I got any of those jobs, I say, I tried. I actually prepared. I did well. But this one, I can't take any glory because I didn't do anything. And that is what the Lord usually, if it is God's miracle, you will not be able to take any glory. You will not be able to lay hand of any man or anything that is able to do this. And clearly this man, he has no help. And he said, even because he knew, this is why he was there. He positioned himself in a place whereby if the pool starts turning, he should be able to get there. But of course, it's lame. And I can imagine, maybe, let's say the pool is there and has been moving right from the beginning at the entrance of this school. Maybe he moved to this place and he's still struggling, because he said, by the time I'm about to move, somebody step ahead of me and got healed. You can imagine the sorrow, the pain, because somebody will be shouting, I'm healed. And he will be depressed, sitting down there. Oh, not my turn again. Waiting again. You can imagine the pain, waiting again. You want to be happy for other people, but because your own has not happened, it's waiting. We just look at them, maybe probably smile or just curse them, who knows. And it could be our situation, it could be our life, that you're waiting for same thing you're waiting for. Somebody is getting it for free. Somebody is just making it where you're looking at, but God, I serve you all day. But God, you know about me. God, I'm asking for this. Why is it easy for Sister Onyeko? Why is it easy for Sister Aisha? Why me? And it could be like that in many of the time. But if only we can wait, if only we can hold on to him, if only we know there is no delay, because when the time of that woman of Samaritan turned up, it was spring of water. It was life eternal for her. The shame, the pain, the name calling, everything stopped at the point when Jesus Christ showed up for her. The same Christ will show up for any one of us in whatever situation we find ourselves. And again, I look at the compassion of Jesus Christ here. Jesus Christ walked up to her because Jesus Christ knew his situation, and he said, do you want to be made well? And it's interesting that this because he doesn't know Jesus, he doesn't know the right Jesus is right next to him. And again, started story. Oh, I've been waiting here, I couldn't find anybody. And sometimes our story, you've prayed. God has given you word and answer. You're just waiting for the time. And somebody just turn up to you and ask, and just say, I don't even know again. I'm tired. You know what? Maybe I should just think of some other thing. Maybe I should think of another career. Maybe, you just, but the answer is actually next to you, because he has given you the word, and he's just asking you to wait for that time. And because he knows about you. I think that's the beauty, that just know that God knows. When he said, he knows my name. He said, our wall are continually before him. He lavishes us with so much love. It is hard, trust me. When you're going through a situation, it is difficult. I've been there. But I can tell you, it's in the waiting that you get the best, because God will always come through for you. And so the man narrated all the story, all Jesus Christ, maybe thought Jesus Christ did not know about it. And whatever story you're telling, he knows anyway. Whatever you're about to say, he knows about it. In all the story, he said, that's okay, do you really want to be healed? And he said, rise up, take your bed, and walk. What a simple sentence. Just rise, take your bed, and walk. And of course, is a state of hopelessness that, and will say, okay, what does it cost me to just rise up and walk? I've been here. And the beauty of things is that it just, so for me, it's like strength just go right from his brain to all his limbs, and it just, it's like, I'm thinking, maybe it's an electric shock just come to him, and the whole bones, tendon, muscle, they just put together, and strength come through. And he began to walk immediately. He began to walk by the word of God. And what was that word that God has given to you? Because it's action. Pastor Lai actually said it. What Jesus did there was an action. Rise, walk is an action word. If you do not act on it, then we're still going to be, imagine if just Christ said, rise up and walk, and he's still sitting down there. He's still going to be there until tomorrow. But he arose and he walked. And today we're still talking about him. Rise and walk. What is it that is in your hand? What is it that God has given you to do? What is it that he has called you to do? He expects you to work on it. God will not come down and fix it or do it. He has given you the word. He has given you the action. He has given you, so do it. You just need to rise up to it and walk with it. And that's what he expects you to do at every given time when you're faced with situation of life. Jesus Christ make the first move. Jesus Christ approached this man. Jesus Christ knew his situation. Jesus Christ knew he's been waiting for 38 years. And Jesus Christ is willing to help him. And even make a relationship with him, because Jesus Christ doesn't have to talk to him. Like I said, if you remember the state of the way guys, he can just say, we'll walk. But Jesus Christ really wants to have a conversation with him. He wants to talk to him. He wants to know, make him feel that I know you. That's why he was asking, he was still talking to him. Another 1-2 minutes for that conversation, because he said, rise up and walk. And I'm saying where you are in your journey of faith, whatever situation, Jesus Christ is actually giving you time. He has time to speak, to talk to you. Why take it to man? The arm of men will fail. In arm of men fail constantly. Wisdom of men will fail constantly. It's only God that never fail. It's only God that never fail. It's only God that is constant. It's only his power that is made perfect when we are weak. And it's in power that he approached with this man, and the man arose and he walked. And the rest was history for him. Christ is so compassionate. This guy didn't call him. He didn't call him to his business because he was still waiting. His focus was on the pool. The only solution he had at the time was the stirring of the pool. He can't even think of any other way again. Because let's assume he has tried every other way. The only way he thinks is this way. But not knowing that Jesus Christ is there to help him. But we are in a better place because we know we have Christ. And we know he's more than able, that he can do all things. He's compassionate. And again, take me to that woman. That woman that the son died. And the woman has agreed to go and bury the son. And already those people that are wailing, crying, already follow him, they pay them to wail, to cry. They've already been paid, and they've already did their job, and they were taking this man to be buried. And Jesus Christ showed up. And the Bible says he has compassion on the woman because he's the only son. And you remember in Israel, if you have son, the son will help you so that you will not lack, because ideally the son should be the one to make provision for you if you don't have a husband. Now, likely that he doesn't have a husband, he doesn't have a son, so he's that kind of a useless woman because nobody's going to help her. But Jesus Christ has compassion, and he stopped the whole crowd or the whole people following her to the burial ground. And Jesus Christ laid hand upon the man, and the man arose, and the man walked. And that is what Jesus Christ, he is such a compassionate father. The way he will reach out to us will not be the way me will be able to reach out to anybody. Many of the time I sit down there, and people that are around me that are going life situation that I knew about, maybe I've spoken to them one or two about it, and I'm sitting down there. You know what? I should actually be reaching out to more. That's me as a human being. I will not be able to do it, but Christ is there 24/7. That is why it's so important for us to trust and totally surrender and rely on him, because he's more than able even to do all that we committed even unto his hand. And again, our money and our connection will fail. Money and connection will fail. And that's a big thing in Nigeria. You must know people. You must be connected. And to some extent, here, it's happening here. If anybody work in NHS or you work, you need to know this, you need to know people for you to be pushed here and there. Because they use those, but you know what? When you have Christ, I normally say it in place, I say, you know what? The person that hold my key is Christ. So I'm not going to don't want to use that. I'm not going to lap around you and be nice to you, and warm up to you for fake, just because I want to be promoted. So that I can find me and say, oh, she's doing well. No, because I know I have Christ that is holding my key. So whether you like it or not, at some point, you will just have to fix me and put me in the right place that I belong. Just because I know. Easy. And you will see them when they help each other to another level. You know, somebody in maybe 2, 3 lower level, and they pump each other to see them when they get to that level and they begin to fight each other. And you'll be smiling, but you are the one that actually pushed him to that level. What happened? Because quickly they want to begin to switch roles, and the person that actually moved them to that high level will be the one that actually start fighting them because they want to take their space again. But if Christ settle you, if Christ position you, if Christ fix you, it is permanent. Nobody can move you. Nobody can shake you. And that's what happened to this man. And you can see when this man, excited in himself, he ran because Christ asked him to walk. You can see. You know, I call them, what do you call them? I forgot the name I used to call people like that. You know, the monitoring spirit. They were already monitoring, and he said, what happened? He said, Sabbath day, why are you carrying your bed? They knew this guy. They cannot even be happy for him. They knew he's there. And you saw a man that's been in a place for 38 years, and suddenly is working. I mean, common sense will tell you, just pause and say, what happened to you? How? No, they were actually challenging me. How dare you carry your bed on a Sabbath day when you're supposed to do the other ones? And that's what happened. People, even when God did it, people will still say, are you sure? Are you sure it's really God? In fact, people will challenge that and say, oh, maybe, they just tell you Jesus Christ. Except he went so place. There's one sister, when she's been waiting on the Lord for the fruit of the womb for years. And she went to go and do IVF. And the Lord, she's tried several times, never works, but this time it works. And said she intentionally came back to England so that people would know that she truly had a child. Because she knew, it's all right to stay back in Nigeria and have the baby. People would still say, oh, the Lord did not do it. But she knew this pregnancy, whether you call it IVF or not, because the number of IVF she did in her lifetime, maybe 7 or 8, that failed. This one is God, and she has to physically come here so that people could see that truly, in fact, she videoed the delivery. Because it was CS, she videoed it and she was sending it. So someone used to say, yes, I need to send it to people so that people will know that truly I had this child. I didn't go to Nigeria to do any shortcut for it. And that's what happened. You know, people will even challenge that testimony. People will say, maybe you try, maybe you find a way of fixing it. Why is she lying to us? Maybe she will tell us the truth one day. That's exactly what this guy. And you're talking of even the Christians, because they are Pharisees, they are elders in the church, that they expect to know better, that God is more than able to do things. They are the same people that's actually challenging him. And again, unfortunately for this guy, even when they asked him who did it, because his focus was not on Jesus. Jesus is compassionate. Jesus walked into it himself. He did not even beg Jesus Christ to come and help me. Jesus Christ walked into it because Christ knew about him. And he was looking around. Oh, where is that guy? But he knew I've been healed. I think, again, it's excitement. He knew, I'm healed. Wow. And he ran away. But thank God Jesus Christ showed up again. And Jesus Christ says something. He says, sin no more, so that worse doesn't come upon you. When you read a lot about it, people say, oh, is it because of sin? That's why he was lame in the first place? Or why is Jesus Christ saying, do not sin? But not necessarily. It could be any reason. But do not sin no more. Do not leave my house. Do not leave. Do not shift. Now that I'm comfortable, now that I got the big car, now that I got the big house, now I got the dream job, I'm okay, I'm settled. Then you walked away. That's what he's trying to say. Don't leave my presence. Don't leave my space. Don't leave my church. When you don't have anything, you're a good worker in the church, you get here 10 o'clock, you're doing anything, you're busy now, you're in a corporate world. We're in corporate world. We don't do this. One of my family, member of my family, that when they start this job and they go out for meal or drink, And she will come back and will be shouting, why are you coming late? Then when they say, oh, say no offense, you are NHS, I work in the corporate world. So in the corporate world, we go out to have dinner for free. And so that's why I know the corporate world is different from us in NHS. We are NHS, we are so grandiose. We think we got the best. But I think they have better life because, the NHS only give you maybe once a year during Christmas. If you're lucky, you work in a good ward, your ward sister will give you voucher £10. If you work in a GP practice like Dr. Shoyoye, they will give you Christmas dinner. I don't think they will be looking for drug company to sponsor them. I'm not sure if they're doing it today. So that's how cheap, they are. But this corporate world. So I'm saying, is it when you now got everything you wanted, now you're a corporate world, and you're missing church. You're missing time of prayer. Oh, I need to be in the office. I have this meeting. And the time is supposed to fellowship. Those times you committed to the Lord before. Now, 5 minutes, I'll catch up at night. And the enemy is so smart. You say, don't worry. When you come back in the evening, by the time you come back, you're tired. 5 minutes gone, 10 minutes gone. Your 1 hour is now 2 minutes. Just because. So that's what God, don't sin anymore. Don't leave my presence. Don't run away from me. Come, because I want to spend time with you. Because I want to commune with you. So rise and walk. Rise and walk. Take territory. Take your place. Do that which God has asked you to do. But don't leave me. Come back. And I'm encouraging someone here that might be like that man by the pool of Bethesda. You've been overlooked. You are crowded, outrun, pushed out, crushed, frustrated, waiting for years. When is my time? You've done all you could. You've tried your best. And you're still waiting. And you're still looking. And you're still searching. And you truly hold onto his word. Know fully well, just like he showed up for this man, just like he has compassion for this man, he will show up for you. He will be there for you. And I'm going to read Isaiah. I'm running up. I'm going to read Isaiah, and Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43, I'll read 1 to 5. Isaiah 43, 1 to 5. But now, thus said the Lord, who created you, O Jacob, he who formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt for your ransom, Ethiopia and Seba in your place. Since you are precious in my sight, you have been honored, and I have loved you. Therefore, I will give men for you and people for your life. Fear not, for I am with you. I will bring your descendant from the east, and I will gather you from the west. Fear not, for I am with you. And that's the word I'm going to be leaving with us tonight, this morning, that fear not. Hold on to him. Hold tight onto him. The man who might say he had a focus on the pool, might say he had a focus on the wrong place, but when Christ came, the whole story changes. He becomes an able man, and he's walking. And I'm saying to you today again, rise up, walk in that which God called you. Rise up, do that which God has asked you. I want the choir to please come, because that song, there's no answer. Please, I want you to take that song, and there's no more delay. I actually put it there in I can't even remember the word. I just put there's a song. I say, yes, Lord. But I can't remember the full song. When they are singing it today, I was just like, God, you're just good. Because I put it in my head. I say, yes, Lord. And I say, I can't remember the full song, but there is an answer, no more delay. And I'm saying there's an answer for that situation.
There is an answer for that situation that you're waiting and you're looking up onto him and you're thinking, God, I want to rise, I want to walk in this that I've been over the years. What is it? No matter how little, no matter how big, it's more than able. He can fix it. It's it that can raise the dead. What is it that he cannot do? Even Lazarus, 3 days, stinking, rotting. Lazarus arose. So what is it that your situation that you think is too big, that has never happened before? God is more than able. There is an answer. There is an answer. There is a word. And there is Jesus for every situation. And is more than able to do it, to fix it, to bring it to pass because he's God. So fear not. Do not worry. But hold on to him and stay with him because it will bring it to pass in the mighty. I just want to buy a heart as the choir sing that